Okay, good morning, students. Welcome to the part 3 of the video lesson, some basic concepts of chemistry. Today I will complete this chapter, the numericals. This is number 11. Please copy the question. Okay. The question says 1.28 grams of a mixture containing potassium carbonate and sodium carbonate are present in 100 ml aqueous solution. 20 ml of the solution is completely neutralized by 40 ml of 0.1 normal HCl. Calculate the mass of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate in the mixture. The molar masses of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate are given 106 and 138. Okay, please copy the question while I am waiting for you to copy the question. Okay. Now, 1.28 grams of a mixture containing potassium carbonate and sodium carbonate are present in 100 ml aqueous solution. The mass, this 1.28 grams is the mass of mixture of potassium carbonate and sodium carbonate. Then, out of this 100 ml aqueous solution of sodium and potassium carbonate, 20 ml is taken out. 20 ml of this solution is completely neutralized by 40 ml 0.1 normal HCl, normality. So 20 ml of this solution is neutralized by 40 ml 0.1 normal HCl. Now from this they are telling us to calculate the mass of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate in the mixture. The molar masses are given. Sodium carbonate is 106, potassium carbonate is 138. So now they are reacting with HCl. The first thing we must make sure is whether they react with the given acid or not. It is a carbonate, so this is HCl. The anion is different, These two anions are same, but the anion present in the acid is different. So they will react with the acid. Both of them will react with the acid. Okay. So now look at the working. We know both sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate react with acid. Okay, that is the first important thing to note down. Let the mass of sodium carbonate be x gram. Let the mass be x gram. So the total mass is 1.28 gram. So the mass of potassium carbonate will be 1.28 minus x gram. Now the volume of the solution, the entire solution was 100 ml given in the question. And the volume of solution taken for titration is 20 ml. Now mass of sodium carbonate present in 20 ml. To now we have to get the mass of this sodium carbonate present in 20 ml in terms of this x and this x. So mass of sodium carbonate present in 20 ml will become x by 100 into 20. That comes to 2x by 10. A very, very important sentence. So from the volume we are getting the mass of sodium carbonate present in how much? 20 ml of the solution, because the entire solution is 100 ml. Okay. And for titration only 20 ml of the solution was taken, neutralized by 40 ml of 0.1 normal HCl. So here similarly this sentence, mass of potassium carbonate present in again 20 ml of solution, again from here, over here 1.28 minus x, because we know it is 1.28 minus x, mass of potassium carbonate in the entire 100 ml. So in 20 ml it becomes 1.28 minus x by 100 into 20. So that comes to 1.28 minus x into 2 by 10. Now equivalent mass of sodium carbonate is 53. Now I have given you the formula how to find the equivalent mass in the assignment notes over there. The molar masses sodium carbonate is 106. Its basicity is 2. It can produce 2 positive ions per molecule. That is why we have to divide 106 by 2 to get 53. And equivalent mass of potassium carbonate, it will be 138 divided by 2, because the number of positive ions or the number of what you call the charge carried by the negative ion, it is 2. That is why we have to divide 138 by 2 to get 69 over here. So this is another very important sentence over here. Equivalent mass of sodium carbonate is 53. Equivalent mass of potassium carbonate is 69. Okay. Since in the question the acid which is neutralizing the 20 ml of the solution, the strength is given in normality. That is why we have to get the equivalent mass of sodium carbonate and equivalent mass of potassium carbonate. After that, what we can do is gram equivalents of sodium carbonate. The formula to find the gram equivalents of sodium carbonate is W, mass by its equivalent mass. So that comes to 2x by 10 into 53. Similarly, gram equivalents of potassium carbonate is again W by E. So 1.28 minus x into 2 by 10 into 69. This is by putting the values over here, this value and this value in the formula over here. Because we know the E, value of E, equivalent mass of sodium carbonate. And the equivalent mass of potassium carbonate is, we have got it over here, 69. Now, at the same time, we have, what is given over here? Hydrochloric acid, the volume is given and its strength is given. So, gram equivalents of hydrochloric acid is N into V liter. The normality relation, you know. So, the strength is given of N, it is 0.1. The volume is given in milliliter. You have to convert the volume into liter. That is why 0.1 into 40 into 10 power minus 3, that gives us 0.0004. This is N, normal. Okay. Now, once this much is done, please keep in mind, as both react with HCl, both of this sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate are reacting with HCl. That is why gram equivalents of sodium carbonate plus gram equivalents of potassium carbonate is equal to gram equivalents of hydrochloric acid, which is neutralizing this solution. So 2x by this 10 into 53 plus 1.2x minus x into 2 by 10 into 69 is equal to 0.004 n, this one over here. Now upon simplification, I did not show the simplification to cut down the lengthy working over here. So the value of x, it comes to 0.33 gram. Now 0.33 gram, what is it? It is the mass of sodium carbonate. First answer. So we have assumed over here, let the mass of sodium carbonate be x. Therefore 0.33 gram is the mass of sodium carbonate, first answer, and mass of potassium carbonate will become 1.28, the entire mass minus 0.33 gram, which comes to 0.95 gram. Okay, now you please copy this question and the solution properly. It is very important. Copy this question and the solution properly. Okay, then I will go to the next question. Okay. Okay, my dear students, now let's move on to the next question. Please copy the question. I have written the question on the board. I am reading out the question. Okay. 1.18 gram of a mixture of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate are present in 250 ml aqueous solution. So the mass of these two salts in 250 ml, it is 1.18 gram. Now 25 ml of this solution is completely neutralized by 20 ml of 0.05 m sulfuric acid. Stop. The question is saying calculate the percentage composition of the mixture. Now if you look at the previous sum and this sum, in the previous sum there was a mention of the acid's normality, but here the acid sulfuric acid, its strength is given in terms of molarity, 0.05 m. And moreover, they are not telling us to find the mass. One step further, they are telling us to calculate the percentage composition of the mixture. So please copy this question. For the working, please keep in mind the anion of sodium carbonate is different from the acid, but the anion of potassium sulfate is same with the anion of the acid. So amongst these two, only sodium carbonate reacts with sulfuric acid. So you can make a note over here. Only sodium carbonate reacts with the given acid. Given acid. This is an important sentence. This is the important sentence to remember. Okay. Now, like the previous sum, you can also now work out, but keeping in mind the molarity is important over here. Please copy the question. I am waiting for you all to copy the question. Now, you must have copied the question. Look at the first step of the working over here. I have told you that only sodium carbonate reacts with given acid and potassium sulfate does not. So here, what is reacting? The sodium carbonate which is reacting, if you follow the normality equation, then we can write normality of sodium carbonate N1B1 of Na2CO3 is equal to normality of sulfuric acid of 0.0 M strength molarity. Okay. So N2B2 of sulfuric acid. But here keep in mind the strength of sulfuric acid is given in terms of molarity. So there is a small formula to be learned over here. Okay. So N1 into 25. The volume of sulfuric, this sodium carbonate is given over here in the question, 25 ml. So N1 into 25 is equal to N2. I have written over 0.1. How did I get the normality of sulfuric acid? There is a formula. Normality is equal to M molarity into basicity. Basicity of the acid. Sulfuric acid is a dibasic acid. So I'll put 2 over here. So 0.05 is the molarity given in the question. Multiplied by 2 basicity, that comes to 0.1. That is why I put over here 0.1 into 20. Therefore, N1, the normality of sodium carbonate, on simplification it comes to 2. This becomes 2 divided by 25N. So this is the first step. In this first step, we have obtained the normality of sodium carbonate N1 as 2 divided by 25. Now, after we have obtained the normality of sodium carbonate solution, N1 is 2 by 225. Okay. Total volume of the solution given in the question is 250 ml. That is 0.25 liter. Equivalent mass of sodium carbonate, it is 53 from the previous question. Okay. 106 divided by 2, that is 53. Therefore, finally, mass of sodium carbonate can be obtained by using this formula NEV. The volume is in liters. This N stands for its normality. This E stands for the equivalent mass of sodium carbonate, and this is the volume of the solution in liters. So we're going to put the values over here. So here N, capital N, it comes to how much? This is N1. So 2 by 25. I write over here 2 by 25. And value of E, capital E, equivalent mass of sodium carbonate is 53. 53. And the volume in liters, we have over there found out to be 0.25. This 250 ml is converted to 0.25. So we write over here 0.25. Okay. Now this, if you simplify this, you will get roughly 1.06 grams. The mass of sodium carbonate is 1.06 grams. This is the mass of sodium carbonate. Now, out of 1.18 gram mixture of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate, the mass of sodium carbonate has been obtained as 1.06 grams. Now what is the mass of potassium sulfate? And you can write down now, and mass of potassium sulfate will be equal to, you can write down 1.18 minus 1.06, and that will come to, how much? Just calculate over there. 89. It will come to roughly, yes, 89.33 grams. It will come to 89.33 grams. Just check the answer. 1.18 minus 1.18 minus 1.06 grams. Just check properly. 0 point. It will come 0 point something. 0.8983 grams. 0.8983 grams. Okay. Now, so from here, 0.8983 grams. Now from here, you can get the percentage. Percentage of first one, it is sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. NO2CO3 will be equal to how much? 1.06 by 1.18. 1.06 by 1.18 into 100%. Okay, that comes to roughly 89.83. 89.83%. Okay, and percentage of potassium sulfate will be how much? Percentage of potassium sulfate will be, again, over here we can subtract, this 100 minus 89.83. This is not required actually. You can just directly do 100 minus 89.83. You can simplify this for your convenience later on. Okay, so percentage of potassium sulfate, it comes to 10.169%. 10.169%. So these are our answers to this problem. Okay, so this is how we solve question number 12. Now let us go through the working carefully, okay, and copy the steps. Very, very important. I have tried to reduce the number of working steps over here as far as possible, okay, because most of you will be using a scientific calculators in class 11. Okay, now let us go to the next sum on this chapter. Copy this. I'll remove the sum and then I'll write down the next question. This is question number 30. Okay, student, this is the next question. Okay, copy the question number 13. A welding fuel gas contains carbon and hydrogen only. Burning a small sample of it in oxygen gives 3.38 gram carbon dioxide, 0.690 gram of water and no other products. There are no residues. Again, a volume of 10.0 liter measured at STP of this welding gas is found to weigh 11.6 gram. So 10 liters of the same gas, it is weighing 11.6 gram at STP. So based on these observations, data, calculate first empirical formula, molar mass of the gas and the molecular formula of the gas. This is a problem based on empirical and molecular formula. Please copy the question. I am waiting for you all to copy the question. Okay, now have a look over here. After reading the question carefully and copying it on excess copies, now the first step over here, mass of carbon in 3.38 gram of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, the molecular mass is 44. Okay, so and one atom of carbon, so its atomic mass is 12. So mass of carbon in 3.38 gram of carbon dioxide becomes 12 by 44 into 3.38, that comes to 0.9218 grams. So that is the mass of carbon. Similarly, mass of hydrogen in 0.690 gram of water becomes water atomic mass. In water there are two hydrogen atoms, so 2 by 18. 18 is the molecular mass of water. So 2 by 18 into 0.690, that gives us 0.0767 grams. So now we know the mass of carbon is this much, 0.9218 grams, and the mass of hydrogen is 0.0767 grams. So from this you can get the total mass of the compound by adding 0.9218 and 0.0767 grams. So it is coming to 0.9985 grams. Now we can get the percentage of carbon. Carbon is equal to 0.9218 divided by 0.9985 into 100. Okay, 100%. And again, percentage of hydrogen will be equal to 0.0767 divided by 0.9985 into 100%. So simplify this. I am waiting. Percentage of carbon is coming to 92.32%, and the percentage of hydrogen is coming to 7.68%. 7.68%. So we have obtained the percentage of carbon and hydrogen in this compound. Now our next work is to work out the empirical formula. For the empirical formula, like you have done in class 10, in class 10 you must have worked out how to calculate the empirical and molecular formula. Now, once we have obtained the percentage of carbon and hydrogen in this compound, we need to make a table format like this to work out the empirical formula. Okay. The first column is element column, the second column is percentage column, then there is relative number of atoms, and then there is simple ratio. Carbon 92.32%, hydrogen 7.68%. To find the relative number of atoms of carbon, this 92.32 has to be divided by 12. For hydrogen it is 7.68 divided by 1. Okay. So if you divide 92.32 by 12, it comes to 7.69. It comes to 7.69. Over here 7.68 by 1 is 7.68. So you divide both the 7.69 and 7.68 by the lower number. The lower number is 7.68. So if we divide this 7.69 by 7.68, it comes to 1. This is also coming as 1. Okay. This also comes to 1. So the simple ratio of these two elements we have obtained as 1:1. So the empirical formula, my dear students, the empirical formula over here becomes CH. Empirical formula. Empirical formula. Formula is equal to CH. Empirical formula is nothing but the formula that shows the simplest ratio of atoms of different elements present in the molecule of the compound. Once we have obtained the empirical formula, now let's look at the question. 10 liters of the gas, 10 liters of the gas measured at STP of this gas was found to weigh 11.6 gram. So write down the sentence 10 liter, 10.0 liter of the gas, this gas only, that is at STP. At STP, it was found to weigh how much? It was found to weigh 11.6 grams. So this is a very, very important clue in the question over here, which will help us to solve the equation. Now, at STP, 10.0 liter of the gas is weighing how much? 11.6 grams. So at STP, what is the volume occupied by the gas? Standard molar volume. So it is, therefore we can write down 22.4 liter of the gas at STP will weigh how much? 22.4 into 11.6 divided by 10.0. So you simplify this, you'll get the molecular mass of the gas. The molecular mass of the gas upon simplification, it comes to 25.984 gram. 25.984 gram, and this is roughly 26 grams. This is one of the answers. We got the empirical formula, answer number 1 over here. And this one is answer number 2 over here, 14 number 2. It is the molecular mass of the gas is 26 grams. It is how much? 26 grams. Now this 26 grams is 26 grams from. Now the third part of the answer over here, they are telling us to find the molecular formula of the gas. Now to find the molecular formula of the gas, if you look over there, the empirical formula is CH and the molecular formula is molecular mass is 26 grams. So here we can work out the empirical formula mass. Empirical formula mass is 12 plus 1, that is 13, right? Okay. So to find the factor n is obtained by dividing molecular mass divided by empirical formula mass. So the molecular mass is 26 divided by 13, that comes to 2. Therefore, my dear students, the molecular formula becomes equal to empirical formula outside n. So the empirical formula is CH. It was CH outside n. What is the value of n? The factor n. Okay, over here, that is 2. So we get the answer C2H2. This C2H2 is nothing but what? It is ethyne. It is ETHYN. You must have gone through this, learned about ethyne in class 10. Ethyne is also called acetylene. Okay, the empirical formula is molecular formula is C2H2. Okay, it is also called acetylene. So this is how we have to solve this problem. Problem number 30. Okay, so now go through the working carefully. Okay, now I will do the next question, that is question number 14. Let me rub this question and write down the next question on the board over here. Thank you so much. Moving to the last question of this chapter, numericals, solved by me. Okay. Calcium carbonate reacts with aqueous hydrogen hydrochloric acid according to the reaction given below. Okay. Calcium carbonate CaCO3 S plus twice HCl aqueous. It is giving calcium chloride aqueous plus carbon dioxide gas plus water. This is the equation. Now the question is saying what mass of calcium carbonate is required to react completely with 25 ml of 0.75 NaHCl. We have to get the mass of calcium carbonate which is required to react completely with 25 ml of 0.75 NaHCl. Please copy this question. Now the working part of it. Now the first step is over here the strength of HCl is given 0.75 NaHCl, 25 ml. Okay. Now please remember 1000 ml, 1 liter. Okay, 1000 ml of 0.75 M hydrochloric acid contains 0.75 mole. The molecular mass of HCl is 36.5. That is why we have to get the mass of 1000 ml of 0.75 NaHCl. What is the mass? So to get the mass, we have to multiply this strength 0.75 by the molar mass of hydrochloric acid, that is 36.5, we get 24.375 grams. So 1000 ml weighs so many grams. Therefore, but in the question over here, it is mentioned how much? 25 ml. 25 ml. Therefore, 25 ml of 0.75 NaHCl will weigh how much? Will weigh this 25 into 24.375 divided by 1000. So simplify this, you will get the answer over there. 25 into 24.375 divided by 1000. It is coming to 25 into 24.375 by 1000. It is coming to 0.6844 gram. It is coming to 0.6844 gram. Now I have written down the equation once more over there. Look at the equation very carefully. The same equation I have written down over here in the balanced form. Now if you look at the molecular masses of calcium carbonate, it is coming to 100. 40 plus 12 plus 48. And the molar mass of hydrochloric acid is twice into 36.2, that is 73 grams. So here the question is saying what mass of calcium carbonate is required to react completely with 25 ml of 0.75 HCl. Okay. So, but the mass of 25 ml 0.75 NaHCl is how much? We have obtained 0.6844 gram. That is the mass of 0.75 NaHCl. Now here we are seeing that 100 grams of calcium carbonate is reacting with 73 grams of HCl. So we can write a sentence over here. 100 grams of calcium carbonate is reacting with how much? 73 grams of HCl. One sentence can be framed in this manner. But they are telling us what mass of calcium carbonate. So we have to find the mass of calcium carbonate which is reacting with 25 ml of this strength solution. And the mass of this strength solution over here in this question we have obtained as 0.6844 grams. So again we can write down 73 grams of HCl reacting with 100 grams of calcium carbonate. Therefore our calcium HCl weight is 0.6844. Therefore 0.6844 gram of HCl will react completely with 0.6844 into 100 divided by 73. So you simplify this 0.6844 multiplied by 100 divided by 73, it will come roughly to 0.983 grams. 0.938 grams of calcium carbonate. This is the answer. Okay. Now this is how you do number 14 over here. It is a simple sum where the strength of hydrochloric acid is given in molarity. Okay. And over here, go through the working very carefully. 1000 ml of 0.75 m contains 0.75 mole, that is 0.75 into 3, 36.5, that is 24.375. So 25 ml of this 0.75 m HCl is weighing 25 into 24.375 by 1000, that is coming to 0.6844 gram. That is the weight of hydrochloric acid in this chemical reaction. So I write down the equation once more over there. Is calcium carbonate plus HCl is giving calcium chloride plus carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, and below calcium carbonate and hydrochloric acid, I have worked on the what you call molar masses of these two compounds, and then I framed the sentence over here. 73 grams of hydrochloric acid, it is reacting with 100 grams of calcium carbonate completely. Therefore, as per what we have obtained in the solution over here, therefore 0.6844 gram of hydrochloric acid will react completely with 0.6844 into 100 divided by 73. So upon simplification, the answer comes to 0.938 grams of calcium carbonate. So this is the answer. This is how you do number 14. So, my dear students, I have tried to cover almost all the types of numericals in this chapter. Total altogether 14 different sums have been done. Now, I request you all, please go through the textbook, the notes which I have given you, the assignment notes which I have given you, carefully try to learn the formula and practice these sums several times, each sum several times, and get used to the steps involved over here. Okay, and then only you will be able to solve the problems based on this chapter. And moreover, this chapter is complete now. Okay, so I end my video over here. Thank you so much.